Hello, this is Daniela Farah. I'm interviewing Mansour Eli Al-Yashmerni on December 9th, 2019 at 1 p.m. on Wilshire Boulevard. So, Eli, thank you so much for meeting with me here. It's an honor and
It's my pleasure. My pleasure.
And so I'm going to start by asking you to tell me when and where did you grow up and something about your childhood.
I was born in 1943 and grew up in the city of Shiraz, essentially the only city that I ever lived in before I came to America. I had to go to Tehran to get the passport and visa, but other than that, I really had not visited any other cities. Although when I was 10 years old, I remember we went to Sarach Batashir, which is right outside Isfahan. So that's the only foray outside Shiraz. And came to the United States at age 14. As far as childhood, I think it was generally a very pleasant experience for me because I was a boy after 3 girls. And so they really treated me very well. There are those who say that I was born with a gold spoon in my mouth or silver spoon in my mouth. And I had a very wonderful childhood within the family and within the community. And of course, it became very special when I met at age 8 Chacham Netaneli, who in fact claimed that he had known me from before, but I didn't know him from before.
I want to hear more about your relationship with Chacham Netaneli, but before we get there, can you tell me a little bit about your parents and your other siblings? Where were they from? What did they do for a living? And maybe a little bit about your relationship with them.
Okay, so my father and mother were married over 60-some years. And my dad was a quilt maker, Lafduz. And my mother thought that he should maybe really have a different profession. And what the Lafduz did, they went to villages, and if there was a special occasion like a wedding or whatever, they would bring and they would sew a quilt with a design in it that the family wanted. So it was really an artistic endeavor, but it kept them away from the family for quite a bit. And so my father became a merchant in Katira, which is
that?
in Shiraz.
In Shiraz, okay.
Okay, my parents, as far back as we go, I think we were in Shiraz. And as a matter of fact, the Judeo-Persian dialect that we speak, it's closer to ancient Persian than Avestan,
Wow.
which is the forerunner of modern Persian.
So are you referring to Pahlavi dialect or language?
Actually, I'm talking about the Akhameneshi.
Chacham.
Okay, to give you.
Okay, go on.
Okay, I don't know about Pahlavi, but what I do know is, for example, in Shiraz, the word for a son is, among the Jews, is poth.
Oh.
Okay, now in Old Persian, Achaemenian Persian, it was putha,
Wow.
whereas in Avestan it was puthar with an r at the end, and modern Persian is pisar. So the fact that in Shiraz we say poth tells me that this Judeo-Persian dialect goes back really a long time in that same location.
That's very interesting, about the dialects actually, and I have a lot of things I want to learn more about, but now that we're talking about that, when you were growing up, were the other Jews with which you were interacting speaking Judeo-Persian or a more standardized version?
Okay. So my primary language is GD, which is Judeo-Persian, and Persian later over time. And I try to keep that language alive, actually. And I think it's important to do. But then, because of our dialect, we were known to be Jews,
Sure.
and that caused the anti-Semitism and problems. And as I think I told you previously, they gave me a Persian Muslim name so that I would not be beaten up, but I did